Hey, my name is Pharess, and much thanks to Emma and the Dorchester Arts Project for bringing me today. It's been a while since I've performed, so I'm going to start with the a cappella. Some of you may know it. It's called Museum. Here we go. Uh, Museum of my life and got me figuring out this crooked mind frame of mine, but I guess that's life. Always been the awkward type, so it got me feeling like a rookie looky. I'm standing on the sidelines with Mona Lisa smirking where I see the fine lines crossing. I feel like Dolly met with Kyla when my mind talking. I turn the corner, see Basquiat sitting sipping red wine, tripping on the acid that was left to right in my spine. Hendrix Scott guitar, singing soundtracks to my life. That's right. History in the making, groundbreaking, heart shaking, soul saving. What's it gonna be? No SWV, I'm more like TLC in one eye. What a starry night. Did you get the picture all right? I'm Josephine waking, baking till sunlight. Dancing through an artist's imagination, crystal ball, kinda psychic clapping on lights. I'm off stage right. Brushstroke, my mind's eye, sing out to high tide, dance on the full moon, bass drop, my soul move. This my life. Yo, and this is how I groove, so this is how I groove. Museum of my life, it got me walking through these ancient rooms, making tunes that bring me back to Nibiru with my ancient dude. My twin flame to rise with, see us in the constellation standing next to Orion. I'm Isis on Sirius A, B, that's my iris, too astral to be understood. I should just stick to hieroglyphs. Yo, I should just stick to hieroglyphs. This world feel like my tomb, so it's time to shift. That's why I'm here now. Karma, samsara, reincarnate, whatever you want to call it. I turn around, see Buddha, and I smile. Chilling in sacred lotus, I take notice and I find my peace. So now, nothing left can faze me. Call me pragmatic, little dramatic, but face it. Yo, they say that this fourth wall was meant for breaking. Night at the museum, are you awake yet, love? Are you awakened? You awake yet, love? This the awakening of a nation, cuz. So, this is why I tell them this style. Brushstroke, my mind's eye, sing out to high tide, dance on the full moon, bass drop, my soul move. It's my life, and this is how I groove, yeah, this is how I do. NUI stimuli, I'm just trying to steady fly, hover before I die. Icarus too close am I, to the ground, to the sun, kicking back where I begun. I'm just trying to have some fun, not can play no victim, white chalking. Limp walking, head hung low like they bout to off chop it, or sitting at the gallows like the shit was my apartment. Well, death is not an option. I'd rather kill myself before they put me in the coffin. Got me boxed in, but never defeated. As I lift this heavy heart up out my treasure chest, I'm out this place like rockets finally breathing. Been too busy being scared of my awesomeness, but finally I see it, and now I'm blossoming. My wild soul, the gift of life, I can never take for granted, so thank you for the chances, Most High. I'm sorry for the damage, surrounded and implanted. It's time to weed it out like cleaning up this toxic planet. Man, I swear they planned this, no parenthood. Cause if they could annihilate us all, I bet they would. No second guessing if you get the message. Check your voicemail for once before they intercept it. Did you get the message? Did you get the message? Check your voicemail for once before they intercept it. Did you get the message? Did you get the message? Well, check this, my coriander spicy. I'm trying to be just like these untouchable rappers in the left lane, speeding past the righties. I'm trying to be just like me, exit number one. I'm not the token female rapper, I am just rapping, but I represent my sisters cause you know we magical. Even through the madness, even through the stagnance, even through the bad shit, we are all magic. Call it what you want, but can't control us like magnets, electromagnetic static. Look at how our hair stands up against gravity. Look at how our pride talks without us even chattering. Look at how our love shines through melanin glittering like the gold in my eyes. Even through the tears I've cried, even after smoke and cleared away in front the mirror, look at I. So just say, look at I on top of other eye. Perception indigo like dusk, a night sky. That moody Scorpio can dwell in mind for a long time. But Aries, let me shine in the moonlight. I howl to the truth, so I'ma finally get mine. You trying to put a wolf in sheep's clothing and you'll go blind. Call it Thrasher. How you take away true nature, inspect the actor. How you think a soul don't exist even after all that happened. We still here at the end of your chapter. New Testament. world order. Tell me where's the pastor? Laughter, laughter, wizard of bars, behind the curtain. Man with no brain, man with no heart. Soul over matter, this the revolution. Sean, and it will not be televised. It'll be on SoundCloud in your own backyard. Soul over matter, this the revolution. Sean. Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I do now. Just sit down.
Yeah, do you want to take a seat?
Yeah.
So we have
So put this.
a few more minutes. Dude, everybody out there, give it up to Pharess. That was awesome. Dude, that was incredible. Oh my god.
So long.
Really though? Because that was like incredibly fire. Holy shit. Wow, I'm going to hook up this mic. But wow. So when was the last time you performed that?
Oh man, the song, that last one I did was called NUI. I cannot remember the last time I performed that. Museum, I've done that a cappella, like, I was at the MFA show. There was one like in the winter last year or something. I did it there. So I do that everywhere. I did it at the National Center of Afro-American Artists in Roxbury,
Yeah.
on Walnut Ave as well. So I do that.
That's awesome. And now you're doing it in the Museum of Fine Arts. Here we are at the
Yes.
Dorchester Art Project.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that with us. That was amazing.
Thank you.
And me and Pharess just recently met, and I'm very excited about this connection. We've already been talking about things that we're scheming to do.
Yeah.
So we have a few minutes. So why don't you talk a little bit about some of your projects? I know
Yeah.
you're very interested in crystals and healing energies. Love that. It's incredible. Can we get a zoom in on that ring right now? Did you make that?
I did.
She made it. Everybody, she made it. So yeah, what's going on with you?
So, a lot. I am very much like my own artist. Like I don't know, like Jimi Hendrix is one of my biggest inspirations, and he, got his start from scratch. He taught himself everything, and I've pretty much taken that prototype and run with it. Very unorthodox in my approach to things, as is my partner. Shameless plug. And found Make Kenyatta one of one. He is the dopest. He made this jacket.
Did he make one?
Yeah, I gotta show them.
Dude, stand up, look here. Kenyatta will be here tomorrow morning, so we're gonna catch up with him too. But wow, that is so sick.
So like we've both been helping each other in that sense and like establishing ourselves. I have been doing things on more of the holistic tips, and that's kind of why the music hasn't been at the forefront anymore. But so like making stuff with crystals, selling crystals. I have a class or like a workshop, community seminar thing called Healing You, which will start up again next year. And that's just like a community forum to discuss holistic healing and how we can take our health back into our own hands. Because I'm very passionate about healing myself.
Hell
so,
yeah.
you know.
Where is that happening?
That actually happens at the Afro-Caribbean Museum
Okay.
that
Sick.
Kenyatta curates at. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's another awesome art space that we've connected with in Dorchester since we've been here. Afro-Caribbean Museum. Really great programming. They have some world-class Caribbean art, Haitian art.
Yes.
Literally like paintings that should sell for like tens of thousands of dollars are in there.
Exactly.
So it's a really cool spot, and like I'm just really excited to connect more with you guys. And so cool. I definitely
too.
want to come to your holistic healing workshops.
Yes.
I bought an amazing necklace from Pharess that I've been wearing. I forget, it was Labradorite.
Yes.
So that has to do with like creative empowerment.
Mhm.
That's kind of the sense that I took from it. I mean, I
Yeah.
know everyone kind of has their own like feelings about what things mean to them, but
Exactly.
for me, it's kind of been like increasing my creativity and also like communication.
Yeah, definitely.
And I really have like felt the difference like wearing it.
Oh,
I know that I said that to you, but I'll just say it again.
God.
It's really cool. So,
that's
yeah,
awesome.
how do you feel like I know you said you are more into like the healing stuff now, but how do you feel like that's influenced by your art, or is it
Yeah,
kind of
wow.
like of the same plane, or like
Yeah.
how are they connected?
I love that question. Because the music, especially when I first started out, I was very much like, okay, I'm a girl going into this. Like, that kind of comes with certain connotations. And then if you're not doing those things, you kind of get left out or overlooked or whatever, because we're all unique, especially as women. You don't got to rap about 2 or 3 topics to be cool. Like, rap about whatever the fuck you want to. And I was kind of more bar heavy. Like, that beat I just used was a MF Doom beat. So coming from a school like that, like Left Eye, Outkast, Capital Steez, artists like that were very much my influence in that sense. So it was very bar heavy at first, and since I've taken a break from music, I've been, thinking of different ways to go about presenting it. So I'm very excited to do new things. But I was in it being bar heavy. I did talk about like universal stuff and like, things like that, so it kind of led me more into the studying of crystals and healing and the universe and how it all connects,
Yeah, it's really interesting with the arts, because I kind of really, that resonates with me, where I used to be a lot more focused on like my own art, and since running this space, I've become like, almost, I had the thoughts of like, oh, well, working on my own art is like selfish or something. I literally had those thoughts where I was like, but I'm like, should put my energies into dab or whatever. But then I kind of had this realization that like, my art is what led me to all of this stuff. So it's important to like circle back to that.
Exactly.
And like you were saying, your art has led you to like the healing and the crystals and like, I don't know, it's important to like come back to that and really think about like the roots of what brought you to where you're at.
Definitely.
So
yeah. And I also wanted to mention, it's still in the works, but this has been on my mind for years. Just the words Boston Renaissance. Like, I've been here my whole life. I'm a native of Boston, and in that I've grown up with a lot of people here. I see where the arts are going. Like, this city, the cultural innovation of this city is literally in our hands, and I feel like we don't really get the recognition, especially as local artists. So I'm hoping this Boston Renaissance initiative, as it takes off, could, help us get that recognition and, just the spotlight from the city that I think we deserve. I see what everybody's doing. I'm not the most social butterfly, but I see all of you. I love all of you, and I hope we can all come together and put on for this city and put Boston on the map.
Yeah, let's talk about that a little more, because I know this Boston Renaissance idea is kind of like fledgling for you, and we've talked about it a few times, but I'm curious like where you see it leading to or how you see it kind of taking shape.
It's funny, when Kenyatta and I first met, I was trying to start a Boston Renaissance something at this place called The Guild, and it was funny because he's like, wow, like I've never shared that with anybody, and he had the same exact idea. So it was like,
that's crazy.
Oh my God.
Convergent evolution. Yeah.
But I ultimately see that being a way for artists to network, to come together, but also to be able to pitch their ideas and their projects to the city and to be recognized and not shut down, because in it being individuals applying for similar grants, for similar things, it gets kind of misconstrued, and a lot of us don't get the opportunities and the funding and the resources that we need. So I feel like if we really come together, and as individuals, it's more of a conglomerate, not like a group under me, but all of us as artists. Yeah, and it's like, I think we just really we just got to get it together.
Yeah.
I could see it happening.
Totally. So. And I think, like, the arts, it is very self-absorbed in a way, in that, like, everything that you produce has to come through you.
Yeah.
But I think, like, embracing this idea of the collective is, like, huge. Because even since I've just been involved with the Boston Hassle, which is kind of its own collective, it's, like, led me to so many more places, and it's, like, we can accomplish so much more when we kind of are on the same page.
Yeah.
And something that has been, like, really helpful in guiding, like, Brain Arts and the Hassle is our mission, which we have finally, like, come to state, like, explicitly, which our mission is to create platforms for fringe art communities. But, like, that's been kind of, like, intangible, like, something that we all know. But since we've, like, stated it, it's just, like, been huge for our decision making, and we're, like, a collective of, 40 like core members, and we regularly like come to consensus on decisions of how we want to do things, like, a lot, and it's because we have this mission. So I'm curious, like, if you could, obviously it's gonna develop, but if you could like just put words on what your mission for the Boston Renaissance would be, like, what is like the driving like mission?
I think the driving mission is for local and underrepresented artists to get the recognition, the funding, because we need it. That's the reality. We need that. And the resources that we deserve, because it's happening. It's already here. A lot of initiatives have already taken place. A lot of collectives are already successful and taking off, but just to see them get that support that they deserve to really put us on the map. Like, this can go beyond local. Like, you see how New York is, Chicago, Atlanta. Why can't we do that here, you know? Boston's small enough that we could do that.
Yeah,
So.
it's small enough and big enough, I feel like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's so much talent here.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't think we should have to leave to be recognized.
No.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, that's
So.
kind of like the brain image of our nonprofit, Brain Arts. That's kind of what that developed out of, was like the brain drain. And it was like, we need to keep the talent like here in Boston. And to do that, we need to continue to provide opportunities, provide platforms, you know, and provide platforms in unconventional places, like activate non-art spaces to become like art spaces. And that is what keeps people here. And like Amanda Shea was just saying, you know, that's what's kept her in Boston.
Yeah.
But dude, it was so nice to connect with you and introduce you hopefully to some new followers and fans. You guys should follow Pharess.
Oh, yeah.
Low
Life,
Life,
High Spirit, one word on Instagram. There's also Photowaya, so that's PHOTOWAYA. That's where I do a little photography stuff.
Ooh,
And
awesome.
yeah.
And as always, stay tuned and don't forget to donate. Our donations been slowing down a little bit for the past couple hours, so keep it coming. As we were saying, the funding is crucial.
Yes.
And your dollars here, they're gonna just multiply to so many other things, because we're a resource. So we need to grow the resource for other things to grow.
Yes.
You know it.
Yeah.
You know
Thank
it.
you.
And stay tuned. What do we have coming up next? Do you know?
More videos.
We got some
more
more
performances.
videos.
Yeah.
Monkey of a Bygone Era.
Monkey of a Bygone Era is gonna play next.
Awesome.
Sounds wild.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Just a little bit.
You gotta
Definitely.
stay tuned.